We loaded onto the Rushmore about 2 days ago, and it was the first time for many of our Marines, even the assault amphibian vehicle crewmen. It was the first time for many of them. Many had just graduated school, so this was their first real amphibious training on a ship. Controlling 30 vehicles in the water at one time is a huge challenge, because this is the first time that many of us have done it. Opportunities like this have popped up in the past, but not recently. So this was the largest number of vehicles that I've seen in the water out of one ship in 18 years. But if you noticed on our approach, we vectored right significantly, meaning we were getting our terminal control from the ship. The Combat Information Center inside the ship was tracking us on radar, and we launched a little further north than we intended to, and based on the calls from the CIC, Combat Information Center inside the ship, they were saying vector right, vector right, vector right, and they got us on track, and then the follow-on waves came in right behind it.
I think you can have as little as three. It's either 3 or 4 to drive it, but you could have as many as also a squad in there. So you can have basically 15 to, I believe it's 15 to 18 Marines in the AAVs. Something as small as a squad going and attacking something, it takes a lot of repetition, a lot of training.
We come down from our training NCO, which is me. I get the information and we try and do dry runs of what's going to actually happen on the beach. And at that point, I take the junior Marines outside. We actually start preparing the exercise and going through every situation that might arise.
The landing support side, we take charge of all the vehicles once they hit the beach, and then we keep the organization of all the vehicles. That way, whenever they get here, it's not a big circus.
I started with Motor T and I absolutely love it. I mean, who else gets to come out here and drive on sand and get paid to pretty much just go four-wheeling?
This is purely training, but what's important is the fact that there doesn't have to be a scenario for us to gain proficiency. The point being, everything from receipt of mission to initial planning, to final planning, to coordination with the ship, to loading our vehicles onto the ship, to conducting a rehearsal, to conducting the splash, the launch. It doesn't matter what the mission is on the other end. These Marines are professionals at taking care of the vehicles, preparing the vehicles, employing the vehicles on land. We just don't, we'd like to have more opportunities to do it on the water, but we're not coxswains. And that's what the Navy calls people trained in boats. We're not coxswains. So we're completely relying on what we can see and what we can hear. Over the years, there have been so many modifications on the AAV that I believe it was around 1997, 98, they went back and upgraded the suspension, upgraded the transmission. This now has something very similar to Bradley track on it.
The doors on the AAVs, they actually, I don't know if you noticed or not, but they open up to the back. You can actually either come out the top opens up, or the actual doors in the back. Yeah, so it makes it a little bit safer when they got to get out instead of, you know, going straight into it and having the front drop down. So.
My primary mission as a small unit leader, as a platoon commander, is really to be sure that my Marines are prepared to support operations on the beach. I think women are natural multitaskers. So especially in logistics, when you're thinking about keeping other units resupplied, you're able to manage many tasks at once.
The thorough training goes into it. It plays a great role, and that sets the foundation for the unexpected. It's getting over the unexpected that requires just professionalism and dedication.
There's so many moving pieces with between the Navy and the Marine Corps. So then you can take that hovercraft, or it's LCAC, landing craft air cushion is what it stands for. You can take that straight off the water and drive it. I mean, you can probably drive it dang near anywhere inland. The hovercrafts will be able to bring both equipment and personnel ashore. They're able to carry a lot of equipment. They're able to carry, you can put one tank on there if you need a tank, just to show you the size and the weight that they're able to bring ashore with that.
Well, I have to say first, I'm very proud of my Marines. They did exceptionally well. This was a challenging operation so far to get the 30 vehicles out there. And they're not doing it just today. They're doing it every day, and it's that hard work that went into it every day that allowed this to happen as well as it did.
I know before I joined the Marine Corps, I was kind of a shy individual, but when you're in the Marine, you have to actually step up in situations that you wouldn't normally do.
There's a lot of good people that came before me that gave everything that they had to protect the freedom of this country, and I would happily do the same.
I really love this job. I plan on staying exactly where I'm at. I don't plan on switching MOSs or anything like that. I really enjoy this part of the Marine Corps.
I think we're definitely leaving a path for our children to understand that this world's not free and somebody has to be out there, and even if it means going away on deployments, that, you know, we're better because of it, and I think that they agree with that and they understand that.
So I don't think we'd ever get to a point where we were truly satisfied. I mean, we got better just over the course of these 3 days. And launching out to the ship, conducting a full rehearsal yesterday, conducting the assault today. We got better every time, but I don't think there's a Marine out there who'd ever be satisfied and say, yep, we finally did it. It's a journey and not a goal.